Hi, and welcome to Digital Blueprint Store tutorial. Well, in this video, I will show you how to set up and use your annual habit tracker spreadsheet in the most efficient way. In this video, I am using Google Sheets, but the Excel version is exactly the same. First thing, we protect most of the cells where there are formulas to make sure that you don't erase any important formulas that could impact the spreadsheet. So if you see this message, it means you're not supposed to touch it. But don't worry, I'll show you step by step how to prepare your spreadsheet. In this situation, simply click on the X and you will be fine. Moreover, we established a color code to show you which cells can be edited and which one cannot. So basically, you only can edit the cells that have a white background. Another small warning, please don't move a cell from one place to another. If you do move a cell, it could generate an issue by messing up the automation of the spreadsheet. The best way to avoid these errors is to copy and paste your data. Now let's take a look at the Setup tab. In this section, you can set all your goals and habits for the entire year. First, select your starting month. While most people begin in January, you can start this spreadsheet at any point in the year. On the left side, you can define your daily habits, and in the main table, you can set goals for each month. At the top, you'll find a chart that provides an overview of the number of habits assigned for each month. So let's do an example together and add another daily habit. So let's say that I want to call my parents more often, so simply type in your habit. So let's say I want to call them each week, so meaning 4 times a month. So simply type in the number of times that you want to do your habit per month. Now let's take a look at one of the 12 monthly tabs. At the top, you'll find automated charts and data, which we'll dive into later. Scrolling down, there's a table with the days of the month across the top and your habits listed on the left. In the center, there are checkboxes that can tick off each time you complete the habit. For Excel, instead of checkboxes, you'll see drop-down menus, but the principle is exactly the same. At the end of each month, a summary on the right shows your completed habits, remaining tasks, and overall progress, as well as your current and longest streak for the month. Progress is divided into 4 sections, with each representing 25%. The first section is in pink, the second one is in orange, the third one is in blue, and the last one is in green. Above this section, you'll find a weekly summary that shows completed tasks, weekly and monthly progress, and daily bar charts to help you easily spot your best performing days. On the right, you'll see your top 10 daily habits ranked from highest to lowest progress. Finally, at the top center is a chart that displays daily progress with an overall progress summary for the month on the far right. So let's take an example together and log in some habits. So as you can see here, since we enter a habit in the Setup tab called Call Parents, it's appearing here automatically as well as the goal per month. So let's take a few checkboxes and see how the spreadsheet will react. So we called our parents in the first week and then in the second week. Let's take the third week. As you can see here, the progress appears. And then let's say that we did not call them on the fourth week. So as you can see here, we only achieved 75% of our habit goal. And let's say on the third week, I called my parents twice. So let's say on the 16th and the 17th. As you can see here, the streak is changed from 1 to 2 since we called them 2 days in a row. So as you can see here, for the current streak, everything is at 0 because we are in January. And at the moment that we are filming this tutorial, we are in November. So let's just move on to the November month. As you can see here, we can see today's date highlighted. And the current streaks are also not at 0. So let's look at the call parents line. So let's put on some habits here. So today, as you can see here, the streak is 1. And then let's say we call them yesterday, it moves to 2, 3, and so on. So let's go back to the month of January for the rest of the tutorial. Scrolling down just below the daily habits section, you'll find an area for weekly habits. These habits don't automatically carry from month to month or from the Setup tab, so you'll need to enter them manually and tick the checkbox as you complete each one. On the left, there's a summary displaying the total number of goals, tasks completed, and tasks left to complete. At the bottom, you'll see a weekly breakdown of these habits. To the right of this table, you'll find an overview of your weekly progress along with a designated space for notes. Now let's take a look at the Dashboard tab. This tab is fully automated, so there's nothing to input here. Just explore and visualize your data. At the top, you'll see an overview of your yearly progress alongside a detailed bar chart of each month. Below that, there's a summary for each month showing completed habits, total goals, and remaining habits. Further down, a chart displays your top 10 most accomplished goals for the year, ranked from highest completion percentage on the left. Beneath this chart, you'll find a colorful table illustrating each habit's completion percentage by month, allowing you to easily spot consistently achieved goals or identify month that falls behind, for example. The color coding helps you quickly understand your progress. So pink is in between 0 and 25% completion, orange between 25 and 50% completion, blue between 50 and 75% completion, and green is everything above 75% completion. Finally, at the bottom, there's a summary of your weekly habits by month with up to 12 donut charts showing the data at a glance. I hope this tutorial helps you easily set up your spreadsheet. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. Follow Digital Blueprint Store on YouTube for sneak peeks on our new templates.